Absolutely huge. It does look a great spot to get some line-side photo shots for a railway station. It's actually a brand new station. You know, it opened in February 2020. Hello and welcome to the Simon Trains channel. I am Simon Trains, or some people might call me Simon Trains. Now you wonder what I'm doing in the middle of nowhere, because there's not a railway station here, but there is. This railway station only opened in February 2020 and it's the only station we're visiting today. So without further ado, I'm going to turn the camera around now and you can see it's Worcestershire Parkway. So we're going to roll the intro now and I'll meet you at Rugeley Town Railway Station on an adventure to this wonderful railway station that we're visiting today. Hello, my name is Simon and I'm a rail enthusiast for the town of Rugeley in Staffordshire. And I also use the railway to travel around the country. These are my journeys across the United Kingdom by the Iron Rails, which sometimes can be very successful or end up in a disaster. The block now approaching this YouTube channel is the next Simon Trains railway journey, and I welcome you to this service. So please sit back and enjoy the adventure. My journey this morning starts at Rugeley Town Railway Station. Now I'll get on to my train going down to Birmingham in a minute because today's journey is only going to one station. Now this station, as I mentioned, is Worcestershire Parkway, and this opened on the 23rd of February 2020, but I couldn't get down there because of the current situation at the time, and there is a perfect excuse to get down there today, but I'll explain that later on in the blog. So we're just waiting for 350-102, which is London North Western Railway Class 350 Desiro. It's just gone up to Rugeley Trent Valley and it should be coming back down very soon with the 0851 to Birmingham New Street. The ticket that I'm travelling on for this journey to Worcestershire Parkway is an anytime return ticket. Since I'm travelling out of Rugeley Town during the morning peak before 9:30, I have to purchase an anytime day return ticket. The price of the anytime day return would cost £12, but since I have a disabled rail card, the ticket with the rail card costs £7.90, so that's a difference of £4.10 of the price of the normal ticket to my destination that I'm heading to today. Now it's time to pass through Bescott Yard en route to Birmingham. at Birmingham New Street. Now I'm only here to change trains. 350-102, which was the 350 that brought me in from Rugeley Town Station, is just sitting there on platform 4C. That will be working as service to Crewe very shortly. Behind me here is 175-14, and this will take me to Worcester Foregate Street, which is my next train, the 0950, which goes to Hereford, but I'm getting off at Worcester. So I'm going to board that now. I'm going to travel down to Worcester Foregate Street. This is Worcester Foregate Street. Now I'm only here to change trains to get to my next destination. Now this station is quite unique because it's actually two single tracks here. Platform 2, which is right behind me here, is trains between Great Malvern to Dulwich Spa. And on this side here that I'm standing on is your trains from Worcester Shrub Hill to Great Malvern. And they're both bi-directional platforms. But we're changing here so I can get to Worcestershire Parkway. Now it is a Great Western Railway service I'm travelling on, but it's a compulsory seat reservation on this service. So I have contacted them on Twitter, asked them for a seat reserved on the 1111 Great Western Railway service to London Paddington, but it goes far as Worcestershire Parkway on it, and they gave me it back over Twitter. Because some services you have to have compulsory seat reservations. They did try to get down across country, but by the time I bought the tickets were sold out on cross country. So I had to do it this way using Great Western Railway to get to Worcestershire Parkway. So I think we'll fill one or two trains before we get our train to Worcestershire Parkway.
You should buy your ticket before when no ticket facilities are available. Please put this at your first priority. Thank you.
I've now made it to Worcestershire Parkway. Now this is one of the new stations that opened on the 23rd of February 2020. And this is the high level platform. That way it's looking towards Evesham, and behind me right here is looking towards Worcester Shrub Hill. Now I'm not doing Worcester Shrub Hill because there's really a terrible service there at the moment. It's only Great Western Railway service that's stopping there. Not even the West Midlands Railways are terminated there. They're using Worcester Foregate Street. There are some that still terminate there, but it's not at off-peak times, I'm afraid. It's only at peak times. But looking at Worcestershire Parkway, it looks absolutely huge. Like, down there's the car park and the bus stop, but the low-level platforms, the Cheltenham to Birmingham line, is actually over there. So it does look a massive station site. But we'll go to the low-level platforms first because I want to do some filming down there for an hour, then come up to the high-level platforms to do some filming, because the reason I've come to Worcestershire Parkway is because there was a move from Crewe, Gresley Bridge to Long Marston this morning, and it's coming back here about 1:15. It's doing Long Marston to Daventry, but the locomotive in question that I'm getting is 37425. Now this has just been repainted into the Regional Railways livery, unbranded without the Regional Railways branding on it. So we're going to get that through here at Worcestershire Parkway. And then we'll leave here about 13:48, so I've got about, 13:45 actually. So just got about 2.5 hours here to have a look around, filter trains and get this 37. Also, as you're standing on the high level at Worcestershire Parkway, you can see the Birmingham to Cheltenham line right there. I'll zoom it in a second, but it does look a great spot to get some line-side photo shots for a railway station.
Train doors will be kept shut up to 40 seconds before departure. Thank you. Train number attention please. Customer line is my step in the train to Hackney and Birmingham.
So walking distance between platform 3, which is just on that embankment over there, and platform 1, which is I'm standing on now, it takes about 1 minute and 20 seconds. So it's not as bad as I thought, to be honest. So I could try and shuffle up and down to try and fill the trains on the high level and the low level at the same time. But we'll see how that goes. So we're going to do some information at Worcestershire Parkway, not station history, because as I mentioned, it's actually a brand new station. You know, it opened in February 2020, but it is nice to finally come here and have a look at this railway station. It's modern, and it's on a curve at these low levels, but the high levels like on a lovely straight. Anyway, let's do some station information, not station history, because there's not really much station history about it, even though there is going to be some history in bold, and then fill some more trains. So this is the station information and a bit of history of Worcestershire Parkway Station. It is a mile from the village of Norton, and there is a disused station Norton as well, but don't think I can get to it today. It's also close to Junction 7 on the M5 motorway. In 2008 an e-petition was set up on the number 10's website calling Worcestershire Parkway the third Worcestershire local transport plan. Now in July 2014 the station was given funding as part of the government's infrastructure fund. In 2019 in November it was announced that it would be opened on the 15th December 2019, but it was changed to an unspecific time early in the next year. In January 2020 it was announced that the station would be pushed back again, but it finally opened on the 23rd of February 2020, with the first train stopping at 0829, a Great Western Railway service to London Paddington.
Customers are reminded to mind the gap between the train and platform edge when boarding.
I've just found out something interesting, that on real-time trains it doesn't list all movements passing through this station, because I noticed there was a Great Western Railway employee with his camera. He went down the bottom and thinking, well, there's nothing due. But I've been looking at real-time trains. I've been looking at Abbotsford Junction, which is just down the bottom. And apparently there's a Westbury to Bescott move coming through here, which is not on Worcestershire Parkway's real-time train thing. So there is some trains that do pass through here, but they are very unexpected indeed. Just a thought I'll mention that, just in case anyone comes here in the future. Worcestershire Parkway also has an interchange with the buses here as well. There's just one bus like pulling in now. Don't know what bus it is.
The fast train now approaching platform 1 does not stop here. Stand back from the platform edge and hold on to pushchairs and wheelchairs.
My time is nearly up here at Worcestershire Parkway. Now, I was planning to go back on the 1414 cross-country service back to Birmingham New Street, which goes on to Nottingham. But unfortunately, when I went to book that ticket last night, the tickets were sold out. Literally, as I was paying for it. It just said, couldn't pay for it, next minute sold out. So we'll go back on the 1345 Great Western Railway service. I need to go back on platform 3 for that. But before I do that, though, I'm going to have something to eat. And unfortunately, since you're in Worcestershire, you're going to have some Worcestershire flavoured crisps. You never see broccoli coming. Excuse the pun.
Will be the 1345 Great Western Railway service to Hereford via Worcester Shrub Hill. For your own safety, you are reminded to stand behind the yellow line.
Now back at Worcester Foregate Street, waiting for the 1424 West Midlands Railway service, which will be 4 coaches to take me back to Birmingham New Street. Unfortunately, I had to do it that way because, as I stated earlier, that the cross-country service I was planning to catch at 1414 off Worcestershire Parkway was fully booked and you couldn't really get a ticket because they only had a certain amount allocated. Once the social distancing was full of that train, they weren't going to issue any more tickets for it. I could have got on without a ticket, but it's not worth gambling on that, to be honest. So we're waiting for the West Midlands Railway service to take back to Birmingham New Street. I'm now back at Rugeley Town Railway Station. I'm going to summarise today up, but to be honest, it all went well, to be honest. We got the 0851 off here to Birmingham New Street, got the 0950 to Worcester Foregate Street, and then we got the 1111 Great Western Railway service, which was Class 800 IET, to Worcestershire Parkway. So there was no problems. Okay, yes, I got into Worcester Foregate Street a bit late because apparently there was congestion, but that's about it. But I had plenty of time to kill at Worcester Foregate Street anyway. Worcestershire Parkway Station. Now, it's a new station. It's actually quite okay, to be honest. I actually did enjoy it. Visiting there, having a look around. As I mentioned, it's in the middle of nowhere because it's 1 mile to the nearest town, which is Norton. I wish I could visit Norton's disused railway station because apparently it was only a 20-minute walk, but just didn't have the time. We might do that in the future though. But anyway, we did get plenty of diesel locomotives as well. We got Class 70s, Class 56s, we got Class 66s, and the reason I went there was for the Direct Rail Service Class 37 diesel locomotive, which was painted in the Regional Railways livery, which was lovely to see at Worcestershire Parkway. It was doing a move from Long Marston to Daventry, taking a wagon to Daventry, and then it's going back to Crewe after that. And then after that we got the 1345 back to Worcester Foregate Street, 1424 back to Birmingham, and then we got the 1547 from Birmingham back to Rugeley. So other than that, it has been a good blog today, to be honest. It has been successful. Okay, there's a few late running snags, but that's about it. So, my next blog. I honestly don't know what's going to happen yet because apparently the cases with the coronavirus is creeping up again. There could be a possibility on the 22nd of September, this was filmed on the 21st of September, that there could be another second lockdown. But apparently tomorrow, on the 22nd of September, they're announcing tighter restrictions, so it could go back to essential travel only. We just don't know yet. So I can't guarantee the next blog might be a railway blog, or it could be a walking blog. But problem is, when this is uploaded to YouTube, it's already happened. So I don't know what's going to happen, to be honest. But we'll see you for the next blog anyway. I don't know what it's going to be, but hopefully it's another railway one. But fingers crossed, but we're not too sure. So I think it's about time to end this blog now. So this blog has reached its final destination. Rugeley Town Railway Station has been terminated. Thank you for trying with Simon Trains, and we'll see you for the next blog. If it's going to be a railway one, fingers crossed, or it could be a walking blog, I just don't know yet. So stay safe and thank you for watching my railway journey.